from the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Arnab Goswami on The Debate at 10. Presented by Reliance Jio. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Ford and Ravin. In style partner, Raymond.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The Debate. Viewers, I told you about how Amnesty works in India with a very clearly motivated agenda. It's an anti-India agenda. And tonight on The Debate, Republic TV's senior news editor, Shravan Sen, is with us with the proof. And I wanted to spend some time with you, Shravan, with you telling our viewers, before we show the news report, on what exactly you've accessed. A, how does this expose Amnesty? You have apparently got a 50-page report. It gives the details, broadly I can say this to the viewers before I hand over to you, it gives the details of how Amnesty used Kashmir as a tool, as a commodity to make millions of pounds to malign India. So Kashmir was only a profit operation for this commercial entity called Amnesty. So why don't you tell our viewers more about it, and then we'll go into the detailed report. Shravan.
Well, in fact, Arnab, Republic TV's special investigation team has been working on this story for almost a week now. 2 cities where we have been tracking this entire story, and what we have right now is the link between Amnesty India with that of those fake Kashmir report. All this while, it was basically being investigated that what they were doing is essentially getting money from UK. That money was being utilized for carrying out anti-national activities. Now, we are producing before our viewers 5 contracts of Amnesty International with Amnesty India, where Amnesty India, in one of the contracts, has been referred as the supplier. They're essentially getting money. This is the money that they've got. And they're saying that the suppliers shall produce a report and supplementary materials on impunity for security forces in Jammu and Kashmir, facilitated by laws and barriers to justice for survivors of human rights violation in the state. It is decided beforehand that they are going to produce a report for which they're going to get the money. Here are the details of the money. The suppliers shall charge £65,000 inclusive of all expenses and applicable taxes for the delivery of the report. So they decide the scope of the report, what the report will look like, as to what they're going to highlight, and they're going to get the money. The money is then divided into 2 parts. One before they're signing the agreement, one after the report is submitted. This is the scope, not just one, 5 such contracts. There is one report called the Kashmir Access to Justice Research Project. This is also part of the scope of services. So it is decided between Amnesty International, based out of UK, and Amnesty India here in Bangalore and Delhi, where they decide how the report is going to look like. They're saying they will focus on investigating how victims of human rights violations are deprived of their rights to truth, remedy, and accountability. And therefore that too, they're going to again get payment terms. These are the payment terms: 50% in advance, 25% upon completion, 25% balance. This is clearly how they're going to operate. Every contract is only about Jammu and Kashmir and how they're going to operate out of Jammu and Kashmir. Here, this is the other contract which was signed in the year 2018, where they're saying the objectives would be this. And all of this, what is very important to point out here, is that the opposition MLAs are all part of it. Deliverables is part of one of such scope of the services, where they are saying the opposition and some ruling party MLAs in Jammu and Kashmir Assembly have demanded information to be provided on the case of 15 families identified in the report.
So are you saying, wait just a minute, Shravan, you know, you use the word deliverable out there.
Raise it in the Assembly.
You use the word deliverable out there. Now that is a word that is used only in hard-coded commercial commercial contracts that, I pay you this kind of money, this is your deliverable to me. But hey, Amnesty always said that it was doing some human rights work, but here it seems it's come with a motivated agenda saying, I give you this money, you make sure that I get this deliverable back. So this is a commercial transaction going on.
It's all within a contract.
So if you manage to, if this commercial contract gets picked up in the media, then you get more money, or you get your money. So part of the job also is to ensure that these anti-India reports get quoted in the media, so which we can speculate, therefore, that some people in the media could be also part of a commercial understanding with Amnesty indirectly.
And not just media, but politicians. Clear reference to opposition MLAs in the Jammu Kashmir Assembly. Not just that, ruling party also, that political parties will take up this entire matter. So there is a clear transaction that is taking place. Important to point out here that they have become a commercial entity, a clear reference of the fact that they are going to get export of services. When they've been saying export of services, this document that we have basically accessed, the government document, which clearly says that they have not been able to furnish any documentary evidence of price negotiations with their only client, Amnesty International UK. No details in respect of breakup of costing whatsoever have been furnished by the company. In this case, substantial export advance or exorbitantly high rates is questionable. 51 crores is what they actually received, but no documentary proof of the export like invoices, agreement. So clear, it becomes abundantly clear that they're getting money from United Kingdom. This money then is being utilized for fomenting trouble in the valley. It becomes absolutely clear. Not just one, but 45 contracts have been signed in the last few years.
So there are obviously, you can imagine here that if one particular quote-unquote research project, I like to see these kind of research projects. Scholars working in Delhi University, even JNU elsewhere, would get research projects into a few thousands. Here are research projects that are costing 1 crore, 2 crores, 3 crores each. So obviously these are large, big amounts of money, and there are people who are paid. So if you want to have hired hands for a paid propaganda campaign, all you need to do is have a good connection with Amnesty. No wonder. What does this prove to us, viewers, before I show you the report? This proves what I've always said, that the Tukre lobby is working with cash in mind. These are Mir Jafars in India who have worked together with organizations like Amnesty for their pure, single-minded, materialistic agenda. Here's the report.
On the debate tonight, Republic exposes Amnesty. On the face of it, they'll position themselves as champions of human rights. They'll back the Tukre gang, the kind of people who run down India. But scratch the surface and their cover is blown.
Documents accessed by Republic TV clearly exposes Amnesty India International Private Limited. These documents are contracts that were signed by Amnesty International India Private Limited with Amnesty International based out of United Kingdom, and it clearly exposes Amnesty as to what they were really doing in India, submitting fake reports on J&K.
This explosive report shows Amnesty used Kashmir as a tool to make profits. Watch this. Over 46 lakh rupees charged by Amnesty for a 2013 report on Kashmir. Over 43 lakh rupees billed in 2014 for a similar report to malign India. Over 65 lakh rupees charged by Amnesty in 2015. A whopping 1 crore 65 lakh rupees in 2016 to malign Modi. 1 crore 65 lakh rupees charged again in 2017 to run down the Indian state. And over 1 crore 10 lakh rupees charged in 2018 to portray India in a poor picture.
The scope of work was to basically prepare some documents or some reports on Jammu and Kashmir and also carry out demonstration. Not one, multiple such contracts have been signed with Amnesty International. They were receiving these funds and they told the government that these were money that they were receiving for exports of goods and services. Today, it turns out that they are nothing but a commercial entity who are just making profits by selling India. On what basis should Amnesty be allowed to operate in India? They, after all, are only peddling lies about Kashmir. The recent report on Kashmir doesn't even find a mention of Ghulam Muhammad Mir, a shopkeeper who was shot dead by terrorists. It now turns out that they are only selling India for making profits. With video journalist Vinay, this is Shravan Sen for Republic Media Network.
And the point to be made is quite elementary. Sambit, RSN, Ishkaran, Shubrashta, this long introduction. Thanks for being patient with it. Syed Faisal Kashani, who's an activist, and Ramiz Makdumi, Chetan Singh, and Sunit Chopra. You know, the point to be made is quite elementary at the start, I will say, is that I've always said it, but you have refused to believe that like stone pelters who will pelt stones to kill for 10 rupees, there are lots of people in India, when they know that Amnesty is distributing money like this, they pretend to be academics, scholars, activists, etc. But I've always said, please do not think they are just do-gooders. The do-gooder aspect of it is a lie. The only people they want to do good for themselves is themselves. There's big money in this. Now, we have exposed at Republic that there is a paid propaganda campaign on Kashmir. There are 45 contracts, 6 out of 45 contracts are for Kashmir related activities, which means Amnesty is distributing crores of rupees for a paid propaganda campaign on Kashmir. Which one of you today, Ramiz, Syed, Chetan or Sunit, would be able to defend that? Which one of you? None of you. Good. None of you can defend it. Good. I'm happy. I'm happy that truth has dawned on you today. Ramiz, Sunit. Look how they are stunned, viewers.
Arnab.
Okay, go on. Syed comes in. Syed Faisal. Syed Faisal comes in first. Go on, Syed.
Not at all. Not at all.
Raids were carried in 2018 and the show cause notice is issued in 2019. I want to understand what happened in the intervening time. If Amnesty International is guilty, why is ED not charging them? Why is not case being filed against them? Why is just like the talks, only talks are happening? Why is no action happening?
No.
Investigation takes time.
Investigation takes time, Ishkaran Bhandari.
Investigation takes time in this country.
Sir,
Arnab, one more point. What you have shown is brilliant. But one more point. We don't have the records of Amnesty International. How do you know Islamists and jihadists did not give money to Amnesty International, which gave money to Amnesty India to run the propaganda?
Amnesty.
Could be a bigger scam.
Amnesty.
We don't have, see, like Amnesty. That's what I'm saying.
Is it because they launched a campaign?
Like Amnesty International.
Let Kashmir talk.
Like Amnesty International is telling Amnesty India what exactly to say. Do we know the funds coming to Amnesty International? Which country are they coming from? Which organization are they coming from? And are they forcing Amnesty International to tell Amnesty India
got series of awards?
How can you allow these organizations to operate?
And they are into what subject? They are, Ishkaran, they are into human rights.
You run anti-India agenda.
They are raising their
You run anti-India agenda. You will get any award in the world.
Which he has just
you
presented
run anti-India agenda. You will get any award in the world.
Why not our government agencies are going to take action on it? It is important for them to submit it to them.
They are being paid money.
Second most important point is that this issue is going out of proportion. Now it is the responsibility of our government to ensure they give access to the leaders of opposition.
They are not.
No, the question is, the question is, did any of the activists, Sambit is on the debate right now, Sambit and Ramiz Makdumi, everybody's on. Did any of the activists tell us, 1 minute please, may I reasonably debate this please, 1 minute. Sambit, question is, I'm looking at this. Access to Justice Research Project, 1.65 lakh pounds sterling. 1.1 lakh pounds sterling for another project, 1.65 lakh sterling, right? What does it prove? And then with this, what do? You say we want to campaign, hold press conferences. We want to hold media events. Why do you want to pay so much money for media events? Are you buying some of the media also? Answer these questions. No, so much money. No wonder the amount of money exchanging hands means these are paid protests, means these are paid events, which means there is, I've always felt there's been some big money coming for these activists. Otherwise, why are people taking such a strong pro-Pakistan, anti-India position while living in India? Some people have said, no, it's activism. We believe in it. No, it's not. You are a paid agent indirectly of either the ISI or of Amnesty, and my report has proven it. Tonight, Sambit is on the debate. Ramiz is quiet. I'm so glad he's quiet tonight. Please understand, this is the beginning of an expose. Sambit.
I am ready to listen to Mr.
Goswami, as far as India is concerned.
Listen to Samit's point.
Thank you, Mr. Ramiz. Let me complete and then you can come in and I'll listen to you. Mr. Goswami, let me tell you, India has immense propensity. India always had immense propensity, and there was an interest elsewhere that let's not allow India to grow. I mean, there was an agenda by a number of institutions, number of, I would say, foreign hands, which did not want India really to become one of the most important economic powers. And through these so-called quote-unquote NGOs, which were rather money bags in fact, they tried their best to see to it that India does not achieve what it can easily achieve. And ironically, we had an ecosystem in the past, the NAC, the National Advisory Council of Sonia Gandhi, which in fact was one of the biggest NGOs which was tried to stop India from progressing ahead. Yes, and now let me come to what these NGOs do, their modus operandi. The only objective of these kind of NGOs, remember the Greenpeace, these Sitalwad's NGOs, I've forgotten their names, the great ones, their only objective is to structurally vilify India. Structurally, because there is a route chart, there is a blueprint, it is not this or that. It is laid down very craftfully as to how they can take down India. And I would call this contract to vilify India as supari killing. A supari that these NGOs have taken to vilify and kill India's credibility. And let me tell you, this Khan Market gang, the who are the urban Naxals, the Tukre gang, NSC of Sonia Gandhi, all of these are integral part of this supari gang. Supari gang. Mr. Dumbu just wait. It's not Mr. Dumbu.
They are taking money from the United States of America and
Mr. Goswami, you have not given him the car tonight. Why are you torturing him? Why are you torturing Karl Marx? Where is his car tonight? आप कार में बैठिए जाके, आप यहाँ मत चिल्लाइए. Mr. Goswami, let me tell you, there is a huge nexus.
नहीं, कार में बैठने की बात नहीं है. आप तेल चोरी कर रहे हैं हिंदुस्तान का.
आप चिल्लाइए मत. आप कार में बैठिए. आप देखिए, आप बुजुर्ग हैं. मैं आपको चिल्लाना नहीं चाहता हूँ. आप बड़े हैं.
ऑयल कंपनी में कैसे गए आप?
तेल चोरी कर रहे हैं. आप अभी चिल्लाइए.
किसने आपको वो ब्राइब दी? किसने आपको ब्राइब दी?
मैं ऑयल कंपनी में नहीं हूँ. बैठिए. आप बैठिए. हाँ, बहुत आप ही ने दिया है. आप बैठ जाइए, गाड़ी में बैठ जाइए. आप मत चिल्लाइए. क्या आप बड़े हो गए हैं. आप ऐसे मत चिल्लाइए. बैठिए. Mr. Goswami, this is a very serious debate, and I would congratulate you. I would congratulate your channel that you have taken this issue not today, but you have been taking this issue. Remember the Kudam project, as to how, despite the fact that the Congress party has been supportive of these kind of NGOs,
this is a very serious debate. I agree on that.
And he had to say that there was a foreign interest against the Kudam project.
But please,
these very NGOs that tried to beat down our Kudam project cases are going on in the court today. Remember the palm oil thing of the Greenpeace, as to how there was a structural vilification attempt of Indian companies so as to project commercial interests of certain foreign companies, in India, and we had seen as to why Greenpeace had gone down.
No, I think the question in the present context is about Kashmir. And about Kashmir, my question is, Syed Faisal Kashmiri and Subrashta and RSN, I'd like to get both of you on this. A minute, please, Ramiz, what we are showing tonight is this.
I will take only 1 minute. Arnab,
No, no.
Only 1 minute.
Can you answer my
Only
one question before 1 minute?
Just 1 minute.
Before I give you 1 minute, answer one question.
Yes,
answer one question.
I will
no, no.
answer
Answer one question before 1 minute.
Okay, okay.
Please tell me.
Okay.
You know, crores.
Okay,
what we are proving today. What we are proving today is that crores of rupees are being laundered through FEMA by violating FEMA by Amnesty. Now, these crores of rupees, if there is genuinely disaffection on the ground and people are unhappy, etc., please tell me, why does Amnesty is Amnesty a bank? Is it a non-banking financial corporation? Is it a money laundering outfit? Why does it need to have spread and pass on so much money? Obviously, I will feel that you are circulating rumors, you are paying someone. You are publishing fake reports, you are paying someone. You are paying someone to cause alarm, try to create problems within India, and therefore I think that the Amnesty bosses should face 3 years in prison under section 505 of the Indian Penal Code. So I'm saying tonight, and Ramesh, please understand, that what we are proving, what are we proving tonight? We are proving that you took money from international sources to write false reports on Kashmir, then pass on these reports to the Boring Broadcasting Corporation and to other Mir Jafars in the Indian media to provoke, to create a false narrative. Maybe you are paying those people who are in turn writing horrible $500 pieces for American pieces of scrap. So I think all of them should face jail under the Indian Penal Code. Now you're getting nervous, Ramesh, because you're realizing the truth is coming out. You should be nervous. The truth will come out. Everybody will be caught. They will be caught.
Give me 1 minute. Why are you
1 minute?
Arnab, giving me 1 minute. Yes, I agree with you.
You tell Subrashta, not me.
I wanted to bring some facts to the table.
Human rights should not be for dollars. Human rights should not be for
Mr. Ramesh,
but it is for the investigating agencies to investigate.
Mr. Ramesh, allow me.
Mr. Ramesh, I agree. Human rights should be done for the common man.
Allow me
human
4
rights
facts.
Should be done for common man, not for
allow
money
me
or
4
dollars.
facts.
I agree with you. But the second thing important in this is
beyond
that
your
today
rhetoric.
United Nations Human Rights Council has expressed concern. Is UN also
Mr. Ramesh,
Amnesty?
Ramesh, Subrashta is asking you a counter today.
Agencies to investigate.
United States of America.
There is a serious situation on the ground.
Ramesh,
we are facing
please allow me to ask certain questions, Mr. Ramesh. Why are you trying to drown my voice with your incessant chatter of rhetoric?
Yeah, don't take off the earpiece. Continue. Continue. Don't take off the earpiece. Continue.
I don't have background music. In 2005, the US government took offense, and serious one at that, with Amnesty's one-sided malicious propaganda against the government. In 2007, Sri Lanka came out publicly and protested against Amnesty's shameless, propping up of support for LTTE. In 2012, Israel took offense. Israeli government took offense at Amnesty's one-sided defense of the entire, international situation. It also called out Amnesty for not writing anything about the Syrian atrocity. Even if we don't go by all this, in 2010, Geeta Sehgal, Amnesty staff, an ex-Amnesty staff, and I quote her, said, and she took serious offense at Amnesty sharing stage with Taliban at United Kingdom. And she said, to be appearing on platforms with Britain's most famous supporter of the Taliban, whom we treat as a human rights defender, is a gross error of judgment. Now, what do I want to prove by all of this, Arnab? The point that I want to prove is that Amnesty's only deliverable in this entire global world order is to create absolute chaos. They want to create this sense of chaos in general for the global world order and target specific nations in particular. Right now, for all of these reasons, Amnesty has reasons to foment all these kind of protests in India, especially vis-a-vis Kashmir. And most of these people who are speaking out parallelly while I'm trying to make a point, they will not speak about this problem. Also, FCRA, it's not the first time, or whoever you are, gentlemen on the other side of the screen, you have not been vocal at all when FCRA came out and said that Amnesty floated a commercial entity. What business does a human rights organization have to start a commercial entity in the country?
But that does not mean,
sir, they are guilty and we are calling them out. I don't understand why are you feeling.
Subrashta, I can't hear her.
They are. Who are you to give certificate of guilty? Who are you to give certificate of guilty?
I have audio problem with Subrashta. Subrashta, I got an audio problem with you. I'm getting RSN into the debate. Now let me tell you, you are asking a question. I'm saying one thing that I always suspected, but today it's true. See, there is a large amount of money being spent to create riots by Amnesty, large amounts of money to put a price tag, RSN, on propaganda against the integrity of our country, large amounts of money to write fake reports on Kashmir, large amounts of money maybe to spread among some willing members of the Lutyens media. Now, you won't like it when I ask these questions. You won't like it, Sunit, but I will ask the questions. I always felt, RSN, that some people in the media were on the payrolls of Amnesty.
It's the government.
1 minute,
This government is not the country.
No. You are matching Pakistan's words. You are matching Pakistan words, Sunit. You have no idea what is happening in this country now. In this country, every single group like Amnesty is about to be exposed. You prepare. RSN is on the debate and Chetan is quiet. Ramesh is quiet.
Nobody is afraid of that.
Well, I have Shawan on the debate. He'll tell you more about what Amnesty has been up to.
See, here what is important, if there is some serious
RSN,
let the law take its own course.
I told you the other day, the first
in the studio.
It is important.
I told you.
He has asked me to speak here. Do you have some manners?
Are not CBI.
Do you have some manners? He has asked me to speak.
Not at all.
Speak up, RSN, don't stop.
Get accepted.
Do you have some manners?
Absolutely not.
Let RSN speak.
I am saying that I told you the other day. The other
RSN, continue.
Experience that how an American lady from Amnesty International, she tried to trap me into facilitating her meeting with serving generals who had served in Kashmir. Do you know that lady was expelled from this country? So I have no doubt, and it does now let me tell you, all these organizations like Amnesty International, they are used as vectors by intelligence agencies.
Will you show the funding of RSS VHP?
Foundation, the Amnesty International.
Please expose the funding of RSS as well. Where do they get funding from?
I tell you, we were so much seduced. We were so much seduced by this country called United Kingdom.
A huge amount is coming from foreign
that nobody
BJP. Will you expose that?
Till people like you, till people like Arnab Goswami and others.
RSN is speaking. RSN is speaking. What is that?
Please book them if
Come on, RSN is speaking with that.
I request you, please book them if they are guilty. But that does not mean you will shut the voices from Kashmir. This is because they have let...
Don't cut the continuity. He is speaking something. Let him speak.
Listen what I'm trying to tell you. This whole project was started after the withdrawal of Soviet forces in Afghanistan by one lady called Robin Raffel. Robin Raffel, in collusion with Riaz Khokhar, set up Hurriyat, and she set up this entire ecosystem in which there were politicians, in which there were swamis, in which there were journalists, in which there was an entire ecosystem.
Is United Nations also a terrorist organization? My counter question, is United Nations also a terrorist organization? No. You cannot call every international organization. There should be investigation if Amnesty is doing wrong. We agree, but United Nations is also coming up with critical reports. Is United Nations also a terrorist organization? I want to know what sort of logic you are converting India into. United Nations is with critical reports.
My dear viewers, Ramesh, a minute. The entire, and I want Shawan also on the debate. You see, 1 minute, please. May I request you please for a minute. You see, fact is, viewers, and Shawan, what he's putting out today through this report, what does it prove? It proves that it is all motivated. The entire Amnesty campaign on Kashmir will now be under question in this whole country. in the light of the documents put out on Republic, because let me tell you how they went to town with the fake news narratives on the developments in Kashmir. And I want to know today, Shawana, what is our basic point? Our basic point is, who funded these reports? They said nobody funded the reports. I am telling you today that the words, Amnesty's words, matching Pakistan's and matching some of the members of the Tukre gang, Shawan, is not a coincidence. That's what we need to highlight in this debate tonight. It's not a coincidence.
It's very simple. The latest. Just take the latest Kashmir report that they have produced. That's yet another fake project, because they don't make a mention of Ghulam Mohammad Mir, a shopkeeper who was shot dead by terrorists in Parimpora area. Their report does not make a mention of it. So what exactly are we talking about? What about this human rights violation? There is no human rights violation there.
51 crores is not a mammoth amount of money. There are corporates, they fund more than that.
Every contract they decided.
Not that a big a budget.
A research, when you go ahead with the research, just one second. When you go ahead with the research, when you go ahead with the research, do you decide beforehand as to what will be there in the report? You decide the objective. It is deliverables. It is deliverables. You are basically then saying you are basically no. The question is, it's a show cause notice. If they have,
let Sambit come in.
The investigation is now. The problem is, Chetan, you are not aware. You are not aware of what the investigation is all about. The investigation is over. The investigation is over.
Show me the courtesy of a couple of minutes,
Amnesty has been asked to respond. They have asked for 45 days. If nothing was wrong, they wouldn't have taken time.
They have been summoned.
No. The question is, viewers, and I want Sambit to come in now, Shawan and Chetan, I want Sambit to come in. The question is that Amnesty and Imran Khan were both responding within hours of each other. Please remember, people are not fools. What Shawan is giving you is valid proof, but Amnesty's words were matching with Pakistan. And please understand, what Amnesty said and what the Pakistan Prime Minister said was not a coincidence. It was an example of a motivated, highly expensive campaign. So you have to understand today that Amnesty had a report on Kashmir which spoke against India. It never spoke against terrorism. How can it speak against terrorism in India when the payment is not on that? The payment, you understand, it's so dirty, you know, Chetan. People like you should not, it's so dirty. The payment is pre-decided based upon the outcome. There is a deliverable. Do you get it? Sambit, there is a deliverable written, enshrined in the contract.
And that's why. And that's why
it's so dirty. Chetan, 1 minute. I want Sambit to come in. I want Sambit to come in. I want Sambit to come in now. I want Sambit to come in with Syed. Go on.
Just a second, sir. I was quiet. Allow me a few seconds. Mr. Goswami, ironically, many of these people think that Amnesty International, in fact, gets all these hefty amounts of money to carry out research. Sorry, sir. They did not carry out any research. It is about manufacturing lies. They get this amount of money for manufacturing lies, distorted, vilified statement against this great country called India, and they call this as deliverable. These are biased reports. And in fact, we have an ecosystem. The biggest worry is it is not Amnesty alone. Just a second. What United Nations? Amnesty International is not United Nations. And let me tell you, every second country in this world, in fact, has spoken sometimes or other against Amnesty International. Pakistan is the only country which has not spoken against Amnesty International. Remember, the United States spoke against Amnesty International. Even Congo, Vietnam, China, and Russia have come out against.
I am talking about the statement issued by United Nations.
You are leftist, but China has spoken out against Amnesty International. And just a second, sir. This is not about United Nations, sir. As far as United, so this is not about United Nations, sir. This is about existence of NGOs and ecosystems within the domain of India, which have tried since long to see to it that the basic edifice of India falls. And for God's sake, we all have to come together to see to it.
Arnab also on the debate right now.
Your fundamental rights were taken away in the Kashmir Valley by the Maulvis of UP and Bihar. Your fundamental rights were taken away by the Wahhabis.
Okay, 1 second, is also on the debate right now. We have Subrashta back on the debate, Ishkaran on the debate as well. We need to understand this. We need to understand. understand this. This report is a game changer. And if I break down the document, I only understand one thing, Ishkaran, that there was a preconceived agenda which was prepaid for. It's like a prepaid card. It's like a prepaid SIM card. I pay you this much money for this service. Ishkaran is on the debate.
Arnab, it is not a report, it's a propaganda piece.
Ishkaran!
Where Arnab, one point is very simple. Arnab, just one point here. Arnab, there is a breed of people.
Certificate of being guilty.
There is a breed, Arnab, there is a breed of people here who are Indians in name only. By heart, they are Pakistanis. These people are by citizenship Indians, but
we don't want your certificate of being Indians. We don't want your certificate of being Indians.
That is the whole story.
To give me certificate of
you
being
are Indians in name only. By heart, you are Pakistanis. That is the problem. Indians in name only, by heart
Ramesh Baghdumi is on the debate. Ramesh Baghdumi.
Breed of people who will never see terrorism.
Try to make India.
You will never see these people speak about terrorism. You will never
restrain yourself. Restrain yourself. Don't talk ultra-national things.
Never have
don't talk nonsense. Talk humanity.
Mr. Ramesh, have some tamiz.
Don't talk nonsense.
Mr. Ramesh, have some tamiz.
Get you lost.
Mr. Ramesh, have some tamiz. Have some tamiz, Mr. Ramesh. Because what you speak is only pro-Pakistan. Whether that comes because Amnesty International funds and pays for it, or because your heart lies in Pakistan is for you to know. But the reality is this, Mr. Ramesh. Mr. Ramesh, the reality is these Amnesty International people will never, ever, ever speak against terrorism, will never speak against stone throwers, will never speak against ethnic cleansing of Hindus and Sikhs from Kashmir. None of these were human rights violation for Amnesty International. None of these. Ethnic cleansing of Hindus and Sikhs was not human rights violation for Amnesty International.
What if they said on Kashmiri Pandits?
Given by everyone.
Well, I think this is viewers, I will viewers, Shawan Sen will put out a more detailed report on republicworld.com on his breaking news story and his input out here. But viewers, the agenda to deride, abuse and attack India was already paid for by Amnesty. Amnesty International and Amnesty India, you should be ashamed of yourself. I would only advise you one thing: pack up and go home. There is no space in India for such an organization to operate. The Indian government should tell them to pack up and get lost.